Hi, good morning, boys and girls. Today is Tuesday, May 19th, and this is day 3 of our sensational science projects that we're doing. I'm glad to be here. I had to move inside, start out outside this morning, and it was a little bit drizzly. I'm hoping this lets up tomorrow because that's whenever we need to take it outside because it does get messy. But for today, I'm going to introduce to you what we're going to be doing. This is called exploding baggies. And we're going to be talking about properties of matter, talking about solids, liquids, and gases. First thing I want to do before I get into what our objectives are and some questions is I want you to demonstrate for me using your fist as either a solid, a liquid, or a gas. And I'm going to show you how we can do this. Matter takes up space. That's the easiest thing to remember. Matter will take up space. It may take up space in the form of a liquid. It may take up space in the form of a gas, or it may take up space in the form of a solid. So today, to better demonstrate, to help you remember the 3 states of matter, let's put our knuckles together. Make 2 fists, push them together. This is going to represent solid. You can tell that. If we were to take our fist and move them up and down, keeping them together, this would represent liquid. And then if I wanted to say a gas, we'd take it apart and we would move them so fast because the gas molecules move really, really, really fast. So fast sometimes you can't even see them. So this would be gas. So let's try that again. Solid, liquid, gas. And it's like you're shaking your fist at somebody as fast as you can. So you show me. Show me a liquid. Show me a solid. Now show me a gas. Okay, so if I mix them up, let's try that one. Liquid, gas, solid. The 3 states of matter. All righty. That's one way to remember. So we're going to be talking about matter. Excuse me. We're going to talk about what the characteristics of all of them are. We're also going to be talking about what is a chemical reaction. We're going to discover that by doing it. And we're going to talk about what are some signs that have occurred when a chemical reaction happens. We're going to talk about what would happen when we mix vinegar and baking soda. And we might even try to mix in a little bit of food coloring. What will happen with it? So this is where our objectives come in mind. You're going to identify the characteristics. You're going to predict what will happen. And you're going to observe. Observe means to watch or to examine. And again, this is an activity that needs to be completed outside. It is very, very messy. It has potential to be messy, I should say. So for tomorrow, you are going to need vinegar. White vinegar works the best. Very, very cheap. And actually, your mom and grandma may even have some at home already. Vinegar. Baking soda. Now, don't confuse this with baking powder, but it's baking soda, and it can be the store brand, it can be Arm & Hammer, whatever you may have. You're going to need a tablespoon measuring spoon, and that's the largest spoon that you would have for measuring. You're going to need a 3/4 cup measuring cup. That's what mine says. You may have glass ones. Glass ones will be fine too, but this is my go-to measuring cup when I'm making experiments and making something messy. It's made out of plastic. Had it for a long time. Works well. You're also going to need a sandwich bag that is a zippy tie. Now, you know the zippy at school, how you have sometimes a hard time trying to zip it closed. You're going to have to practice by tomorrow then if you have one. If you can't close it by yourself, you're going to have to learn how to do it or get mom or dad to help you with it. You're going to need to get a zippy one. It's just a sandwich one. It's not a real thick one. It's just a real normal sandwich one. You're also going to need clothespins or clips. you have binder clips, those will probably work okay too. But you definitely want to use something that's going to be able to clip the baggie closed. I know I've already said you have to zip it. You need it for you need to be able to close it at two different places, one with the zip and one with the clip. Now, whenever we're doing this, I did say you may want to use food coloring. That's totally optional. Again, it's going to get messy. So you may, if you have to do it inside or in a garage, you may not want to use the food coloring simply because sometimes they do stain. But think about it. If we're outside, I want to use as much food coloring as you can. I'm going to. Want to talk to you, leave you with this about a chemical reaction. This is part of our experiment. Imagine that you're walking down the street and you see your best friend. What would you do? Wave, say hello, give him a high five maybe, or a fist pump. You would probably react or do something, and that action would probably create happiness in your day. So with the action, you're going to have a reaction. Just like people, substances can react to each other. When two or more substances interact and create a different substance, we call that a chemical reaction. That's what has happened. Atoms in the original substance rearrange to form, one or more new substances. The substances that exist at the beginning of the reaction are called reactants. The substance that exists at the end of the reaction is called a product. So there you go. Get 2 new words today. Reactants and a product. Tomorrow we're going to do our experiment again about exploding baggies. I'll see you tomorrow, and don't forget about the movement of the molecule. We'll go over that also. Have a good day.